Hey guys, it's me, Woobers, and today we are playing Do You Want a Job? Now, everyone hates job interviews, right? You have to dress up, you have to act a certain way, you have to answer so many different questions about yourself while always worrying if you're going to say the wrong thing. And so many times people go through round and round of interview just for it to mean nothing. Either they get told they're not right for the job, or in many cases, the job never really existed. So, this game might hit pretty close to home. But with that, let's just go ahead and get into the game. Okay, deep breaths. I need this job. I really need this job. That roommate looked so professional when I bought it. Should at least read it first. Might have helped. Alright, no panicking. Just nod, smile, and pray they don't ask too many specifics. I don't even know what this role is for. Hopefully, they don't either. Come on, if I can sell myself on paper, I can sell myself in person. Just avoid any technical questions. What did you say? I didn't hear you. However, let's not waste time. Do you want a job? Yeah, I'd like a job. Good mood. You can call me Mr. Jock, and I'll be your first step in this job interview. Introduce yourself, please. Well, my name is Woobers. Say it with me now. Woobers. Very nice to meet you, Woobers. Tell me, is this your first interview? No, I've had many interviews before. I'm kind of an expert at them if you ask me. So, you have interview experience. Very good. But it doesn't matter, because this is your first interview in our company. In our company, we have, how should I put it, certain expectations. You'll learn soon enough. To ease your mind, let me share a few things we value in our interviews. First of all, answering confidently is a big plus. We appreciate people who sound like they know their stuff. Then there are times when I might throw tricky questions your way. I'd like to see if you can pick up on that and perhaps sidestep it gracefully. Oh, and remember, we're all humans here. Sometimes a bit of humor lightens the mood. If the topic allows it, of course. And please, don't stay silent. A quiet candidate makes us nervous. Silence is unsettling, you know. Don't be nervous, though. Nervousness has ruined many candidates. It's just going to be 10 questions. But remember, silence isn't an answer. Do you understand me? Yes, perfectly. Good. I like someone who knows what they're doing. Alright, let's not drag this out for too long. Let's get to the point. They say laughter is the best medicine, even at work. How do you lighten the mood during stressful situations? Let's do a silly little joke. I make a silly joke or share a funny story to break the tension. Perfect. Humor brings perspective when things feel overwhelming. Overwhelming. My bad. I lost my accent. It's fine. I didn't read. Staying positive is important, but don't underestimate the power of a well-timed laugh to break the tension. True. The humor can be tricky. Knowing when and how to use it matters. Resourcefulness is solving problems with what's at hand. What do you do when faced with sudden lack of tools or resources? Duct tape, of course. I'm a MacGyver my way through it with duct tape and hope. Creativity in the face of constraints is a true skill. Finding workarounds shows adaptability, but being creative on the fly is a talent we admire. Agreed, but sometimes duct tape really is the ultimate solution. You're goddamn right. Every good decision starts with a clear view. What's more important, speed or precision? Precision is key. Precision. Accuracy ensures success. Good. Hitting the mark is better than rushing past it. There's always a balance between doing things quickly and doing them right. Where do you land on that spectrum? It really depends, but striking the right balance is the hardest part. Wait a second. Has that always been there? What? What do you mean? The shadow in the painting. Look at it. Has that shadow always been the painting? Maybe the painting's haunted, or just has a sense of humor. Ha! Bold, aren't you? You've got jokes. Let's hope you're joking, at least. Isn't it just a trick of the light? Paintings can look different depending on the angle. Maybe, but I've had this painting for years. Never saw a shadow there before. Is it a portrait of you? Yes, me back when I first started here. That was a long time ago. Yeah, that hair was really doing you wonders, because your head got pointier and pointier, and that's rough, dude. I can tell you're a pretty sharp guy. Don't worry, guys. I'll be here the rest of the video. I've been feeling odd lately. Tired, distracted. Maybe this is a symptom of, or maybe something else. Do you think it means something? Means something. Ha! Don't get ahead of yourself. Still, strange things do happen in this building. Ah, working with you will be interesting. Don't mess it up. Now let's get to it. What experience of yours would say was the most challenging? Every experience has its own challenges, but I try not to dwell on them too much. Diplomatic. I'll keep an eye on you. Challenges really shape how we work, don't they? It's interesting to hear what people consider their biggest one. Sometimes the challenge itself teaches more than the solution does. Sometimes instincts speak louder than plans. Do you trust your gut feelings? Yes, when time is short, instincts guide me. He said he wanted me to be confident, and that sounds pretty confident. Good. Quick thinking under pressure can be a lifesaver. Intuition is tricky. Sometimes it's spot on, other times it leads us astray. I think gut feelings are useful, but only when balanced with analysis. By the way, I read in your CV about your communication skills. Is that true? How do you deal with sudden inspiration at inconvenient times? I speak fluent sarcasm, but promise to keep it work appropriate. This is not a business approach, you know. And I lied to you. There's no anything about communication in your CV. Want to comment this? Doesn't matter. You ask, I responded. Good, good. Do you hear that? No, seriously, do you hear anything? No, I don't hear anything. There's definitely that whispers in my ears. Yes, I hear whispers. What is that? Oh, so it's not just me? That's not reassuring. My bad. Do you hear whispers often? I keep, voices. Now and then. This building has its quirks, though there's a story floating around. What kind of story? Oh, just some nonsense. Supposedly years ago, an employee got locked in the air ducts during renovations. That's not good. He didn't make it out, so now he whispers advice. Or warnings. Who knows, maybe he's just bored. Anyways, let's focus. The whispers won't finish the interview for you. Flexibility is strength disguised as softness. How do you handle unexpected changes in plans? Don't be flexible. I do my best to stick to the original plan. Determined, but rigidity can break under pressure. Plans really survive first contact, right? How do you deal with that? It's all about staying calm and figuring out what's next. Our work here requires a strict discipline. Sometimes it's all about staying calm under pressure. So you easily tempted? Pressure makes diamonds, doesn't it? Let's hope I shine bright. Ha ha ha! Diamonds! Let's hope you're not a cubic zirconia. Ha ha! Because they're fake. A little temptation can test self-control, don't you think? True, but it's how we respond that matters most. Every great idea starts with an unexpected spark. How do you deal with sudden inspiration at inconvenient times? I jot it down and revisit it when I have time. Practical, but capturing the energy of the moment can be key. Sometimes those spur-of-the-moment ideas are the best ones. Don't let them get away. By the way, in this morning I found a note, written by some of ex-workers. I want to show it to you. To whoever comes next, beware. This place has its own way of testing you. It's not just the work. It's the walls, the air, the noises. No one makes that without changing. You'll see what I mean soon enough. That's cheerful, isn't it? So what do you make of that? Sounds like someone who couldn't handle the pressure and wanted to scare others. Could be. Or maybe they were just being honest. Sometimes pressure reveals things you didn't know were there. Do you think they were serious? I mean, what kind of place is this? Serious? Probably not. But there's truth in every exaggeration. It's that you got to wonder what pushed him to write it. Have others said things like this? Let's just say the people who've worked here long enough tend to keep their thoughts to themselves. Anyway, enough of this. Let's move on before you start writing your own farewell letter. The right words can open any doors, don't you think? What's more valuable, logic or persuasion? Well, he said, so far he's like logic a lot. Logic, it creates undeniable solutions. A strong foundation, but persuasion builds the bridges. So, next question. So, very good. I really liked your answers. Of course, could have been better, but this is quite enough. You can go to the Mr. Pop. I'll call him for recommendation about you. Alright, I can go to the next person? Okay. Phew. That was something. Thought he'd never stop talking. At least I got through it. One step closer. Okay. Time to shake it off. Next round's waiting. Speaking of waiting, I'm waiting on a sip of my beverage. Thank you for waiting. I really needed that. Ooh, you're ugly. What the strange layout of the building? Hello? Mr. Pop? Huh? Who's there? Oh. Okay, I'm gonna go with that voice. Oh, you must be the candidate Mr. Jock mentioned. He spoke highly of you. Said you got potential, though perhaps still a bit unpolished. Don't worry, that's not unusual. I've been conducting interviews longer than most people have been working. I'll warn you now, I take this process seriously. This isn't just about skills, it's about fit, about resilience, about finding someone who could thrive in unique circumstances. That said, you'd be wrong to think we're looking for perfection. A diamond starts as coal, after all. If there's something worth refining, we'll see it. That said, you'd be wrong to think we're looking for perfection. So don't let nerves get the better of you. Take a deep breath and remember, this is as much about us getting to know you as it is about proving yourself. You know rules. Now let's begin, shall we? So he seems to be more loosey-goosey, I'm seeing. So, first question. In a chaos of shared work, responsibilities blur. How you act then reveals much. How do you handle responsibilities that clearly aren't clear yours? I try to assess if it's truly my role before committing. Measured. Responsibility misplaced can weigh heavier than it seems. Do you think stepping in without question shows initiative or recklessness? It depends. Initiative is valuable, but so is understanding where you're needed. Indeed. Knowing when to act is often harder than the act itself. Every job has its monotony. How you face it often determines how you're remembered. Or forgotten. What's your approach to handling boring tasks? I turn them into competition with myself. Who said boredom can't be fun? Creative. Finding joy in monotony is a rare skill. Boredom tests patience as much as skill. Do you think it's better to endure or innovate? Both, but innovation makes endurance easier. Those who innovate turn monotony into mastery. The absence of clear path doesn't stop the journey. It's what you do in the void that determines you. How do you handle situations where there's no clear solution? I create a structured plan and tackle the problem step by step. Orderly, but too rigid. Okay, yeah, so he is someone who seems to like it more loosey-goosey, more in the way. The undefined often breaks structured plans. Chaos is a natural state of things. Do you think it's better to control it or let it run free? Sometimes chaos can create opportunities. Risky indeed. Control what you can, but don't be surprised when the rest slips through your fingers. This next step is my own design. A method born from years of experience. A blitz of questions, rapid and deliberate, aimed by peeling back the surface to reveal the core of a candidate. It's not about perfection, it's about instinct, reaction, and the truth that comes when thought gives way to honesty. Consider it my personal touch. Don't waste time thinking too much. Let's get on with it. What is the function of the locked room on the 3rd floor? To store forgotten records. What do you do when the shadows start moving? Run in the opposite direction. What does the phrase, "the floor remembers" means? Every step leaves a mark. The floor records secrets of those who walk on it. What is the most important skill for survival here? Adaptation to unpredictability. What should you do if a file disappears from your desk? Trust it's in its place. Report to supervisor. Report to supervisor immediately. Oh, fascinating. Your answers were more illuminating than you may realize. Each one has painted a clearer picture of who you are, or perhaps who you wish to be. Time will tell if my trust is well placed. A plate too full tips over, yet an empty one goes unnoticed. The balance you strike matters more than you think. How do you balance competing priorities? I evaluate each priority and adjust as new demands arise. Dynamic. Prioritization is a skill that demands constant reevaluation. Priorities often conflict. Do you think it's better to focus on what's urgent or what's important? It depends. Sometimes the urgent takes precedence, but ignoring the important can cause bigger issues. True. The challenge is knowing which will matter more in the end. Trust is both a gift and a weapon. Here it is earned or taken away by the smallest of actions. How do you determine if someone can be trusted? It depends on the situation. Trust is rarely black and white. A careful answer. Trust often thrives in ambiguity, not absolutes. Trust is the glue of this place, but also its sharpest blade. How do you decide when it's safe to wield? I think you have to weigh the risk, but there's always a leap of faith involved. True, but misstep and the blade turns inward. Trust carefully or not at all. Rules are the foundation of this realm, but they are shrouded in mystery. What drives your curiosity? To pursue understanding and purpose. Such drives leads to enlightenment. Curiosity is a spark of discovery, but it must be controlled. Do you agree? Yes, but sometimes letting curiosity roam can lead to unexpected insights. True. Every job has its monotony. How you face it often determines how you're remembered or forgotten. What's your approach to handling boring tasks? I turn them into a competition with myself. Who said boredom can't be fun? Creative. Finding joy in monotony is a rare skill. Boredom tests patience as much as skill. Do you think it's better to endure or innovate? Both. But innovation makes endurance easier. Those who innovate turn monotony into mastery. In every workplace, there are thorns among the roses. How do you handle difficult clients or coworkers? I avoid unnecessary confrontation and focus on my work. Avoidance creates distance, but not solutions. Dealing with thorns requires cares. Do you think it's better to pluck them out or work around them? Work around them. Sometimes removing the thorn does more harm than good. Some thorns protect the rose. Others are best left alone. What's your approach to impossible deadlines? I prioritize tasks and focus on most critical elements. A practical approach, but even the most critical task can slip through the cracks of time. Deadlines are the ultimate test of resolve. Do you meet them head-on or bend them to your will? Both, ideally, but sometimes you just have to make the best of a bad situation. Flexibility under pressure is the mark of a survivor. In this place, success comes to those who know how to navigate ambiguity. How do you handle unclear situations? I try to wait until things become clearer. Hesitation is a trap. This place thrives on the indecisive and leaves them behind. Ambiguity can paralyze or empower depending on how you respond. Tell me, do you trust your instincts when the path isn't clear? I'd say instincts are useful, but careful thought keeps you grounded. Instincts are a blade, but thought is the hilt. You'd best hold both tightly here. Well, look at that. You've managed to impress me. A feat few achieve. My stage of this process is rarely kind to candidates, but you held your own. Resilience, adaptability, and a spark of wit. I see potential in you. The final test awaits with our esteemed leader. I'll be sending my recommendations along, and I'll make sure they know you've earned the chance to move forward. Good luck. And remember, if you come this far, you're stronger than you think. Alright, so we got through that step. Okay, so he was very loose with everything, but there's moments where he got really... Yeah. Phew. That was harder than Jock. Definitely a different level. But I made it through. Kept my cool. I can handle this. Just one more stage to go. I need this job. Focus. Me? Focus? Yeah. Bloody cow!
Why are you swearing? Does the room frighten you?
It's just... unsettling.
Unsettling? Yes, that's the fair word. This place was never meant to comfort anyone. It reflects everything we hide. Everything we can't fix. You come this far. That's something, I suppose. Most don't. They stumble, break, or simply fade away.
I'm just here to finish the interview.
Finish? Yes, I suppose it's about endings, isn't it? But endings come in many forms. Some are quiet, others not so much. I am the last step. The final test. But don't think of it as success or failure. Think of it as revealing who you are, or who you've been pretending to be. Well, should we begin?
Those are words that he didn't say. Sorry?
I said, questions are all I have left. And perhaps all you have too. Shadows never ask for permission to follow you. They simply do. How do you handle silence when it becomes unbearable?
I feel it with my own voice. Better to break it than to let it crush me.
Break the silence, yes, but be careful. Sometimes it shatters into something sharper. Silence isn't empty. It's heavy, full of everything you're trying not to think about. And when it finally breaks, it's never as clean as you'd hope. Some doors lock to keep you out. Others lock to keep you in. Do you know which is which? How do you approach situations where every choice seems dangerous?
I weigh the risk carefully and tread lightly.
Caution, yes. It may not save you, but it might let you last a little longer. Every choice carries weight, even when you don't realize it. Some crush you slowly, others all at once. The trick isn't avoiding danger. It's deciding which weight you can carry without breaking.
Shadows? Oh, I love shadows. They're like playful little dancers without partners. What's your first instinct when confronted by something strange? Introduce yourself and hope it doesn't eat you. Introduce yourself? Yes! That's the energy we need. Who knows? It might even say hello back. Strange things are the best things. They shake you up, make you think, make you feel. Who wants a life without surprises? Not me, that's for sure. Oh, I hate that guy. I love the voice. It's really fun to do that voice. I'm telling you, that voice is so fun for me. This voice makes my throat dry. I'm talking like this the whole time.
It's hard to tell if the walls here protect you or keep you prisoner. How do you decide where to place your trust?
Only trust after carefully observing behavior.
Careful observation. Yes, trust must be earned. But even earned trust can break. Trust is fragile, like a thread stretched too thin. And when it snaps, it doesn't just break, it cuts. Be careful where you place your trust. Not trust it, or it might bleed for it. This place doesn't just take your time, it takes your choices too. What's the best approach when your options feel limited?
Create new options through clever thinking.
Create new options? Clever. But even cleverness has its limits.
I'm doing good so far, guys. I have not missed a single question.
Choices are an illusion most of the time. But think you're clever, making decisions, carving paths, but in the end, the paths were already there, waiting for you to stumble down them. All you can do is hope you don't fall too hard when you reach the end. Do you hear the ticking? It's like time isn't a friend, but a hunter. How do you deal with time when it feels against you?
Work with it, even if it feels against you. Oh.
Work with it? It's against you from the start. You're just delaying the inevitable. Time isn't fair. It never is. You run, you stumble, you fight. And yet it always gets the last word. I wonder, does anyone ever truly win against it?
Traps? Oh, they're not traps. They're invitations to fun, chaotic surprises. What's your strategy for handling unexpected surprises? Assess quickly and act smartly. You don't like that. Assess? Oh, where's the fun in that? Too much thinking ruins the surprise. Life's full of surprises. Big ones, small ones, the kind that knock you off your feet. The trick is to enjoy the fall. Who cares if you land flat on your face? At least it's exciting. Zigzag, zigzag. Isn't it beautiful? It's like music for the restless. What do you do when time feels chaotic? Laugh at the clock and see if it breaks. Oh no. Laugh at it? Oh, a comedian. But clocks don't break so easily. Time's a dance partner, don't you think? Sometimes it leads, sometimes it trips you up.
But oh, when you're in sync, it's magic. Or maybe a mess. Either way, it's worth a spin. You know what? We are sitting here together too well. I'm ready to say more. I even like you, Choomba. Let's stay a little longer. I don't want to say goodbye to you. Maybe 5 more questions? No, 12 more questions. Why 12? I don't even know. But it sounds like a great idea.
The floor beneath you feels solid until it doesn't. How do you react when the ground beneath you seems to be slipping away?
I steady myself and adapt. I find a way to keep moving forward.
Good. When everything slips away, the ability to move through it with purpose is kind of strength. The ground is an illusion. It holds you until it doesn't. Your real strength isn't in what's beneath you. It's how you move when everything shifts away. Shadows move differently here. Sometimes they seem alive. What's the best way to deal with something you don't understand?
Approach it cautiously and gather information.
Cautious. Yes, maybe that's the safest. But even then, safety is an illusion. The unknown doesn't care if you face it or not. It creeps in, regardless, and the more you try to understand, the more it slips through your fingers. Maybe that's why we fear it so much.
You think you're safe here, don't you? But remember, the danger doesn't come from the outside. It's right in front of you wearing the same face as the one you trust. What will you do when you realize I am in danger?
I'll get out.
Run? Oh, there's no running from me, from us. You're already in the trap. You always were.
I can feel the excitement building. You can't deny it. Something is waiting for you. Something you've been looking for all along. Why hesitate now? What are you really hoping to find in this place?
I'm just here for the free coffee. Who doesn't love a good mystery, right? Oh, he don't like that.
Free coffee? Is that all? Well, mystery will get you more than caffeine, my friend. I'll get you answers you can't unhear. You came looking for something, whether you admit it or not. And in places like this, you find what you're meant to find. Truths, fears, nothing you don't want to find. They all come for you, whether you're ready or not.
Not every door leads to freedom. Some open to something far worse. What's your first instinct when faced with a door you're afraid to open?
I open it slowly, prepared for whatever's on the other side.
Careful, but preparation doesn't always save you. Sometimes the door swings wider than you expect. Doors are thresholds, but not all thresholds are meant to be crossed. Sometimes what's on the other side isn't waiting for you. It's waiting because of you. And once you open it, there's no going back. Do you ever feel like this place pulls you in deeper the more you resist? What's the safest way to navigate through such a trap?
Tread carefully and stay observant.
Treading carefully. Yes, that might give you a chance. But even the careful can misstep. Traps are clear that way, you know. They don't always catch you with force. Sometimes they just wait for you to step wrong. And the worst part, you rarely see the mistake until it's too late.
Trust? Who needs trust when you can have adventure? What's your stance on working with unpredictable colleagues?
Find common ground and build a relationship.
Huh, bold. But unpredictable people might just break them for fun. Unpredictable people might make life worth living. Sure, they might ruin your plans or throw you off your game, but isn't that the best part? Some people come here seeking power, others secrets. What about you? What's the price you're willing to pay for desires?
I'm willing to pay whatever it takes. Oh, he didn't like that one?
Willing to pay? You'll learn soon enough that nothing comes without a cost. But be careful. The price might not be something you're ready to give. Everyone has a price. You just haven't figured out what yours is yet. But trust me, this place knows. It won't hesitate to make you pay.
Secrets are this life's lifeblood, and you carry it on one so carefully, so desperately. But tell me, how long before it consumes you? What happens when your secret becomes bigger than you?
I don't have a choice.
Control? Figure it out? Choice? You have none. You were claimed the moment you walked in, and your secret is no longer yours to hold.
I gotta get my health back up. I still have 7 questions. Shadows never ask for permission to follow you. They simply do. How do you feel when you realize that something or someone is following you? I try to avoid it, hoping it loses interest. Avoidance, it doesn't work, but it gives you time. That's all you get. Time. When you're followed, you're not meant to feel safe. It's a reminder that something is always there. Watching. Waiting. You cannot run it. The only question is, can you live with it? Walls don't just trap you. They mirror what you're afraid to face. What do you do when you're confronted with something that mirrors your greatest fear? I step back and try to understand it before acting. Wise. Fear hides its truth behind chaos. Understanding it might give you a chance. Fear isn't something you can fight. It's something you live with until you understand it, or until it understands you. Some choices let you walk away. Others don't. 5 more. Only 5 more questions and I'm good. 5 more questions and I'm good. You've heard the rumors. They don't just say this place is strange. They say it changes you. But how can something change if you're not open to it? Do you think this place will change you? Yes. Yes, I think it already has. Huh, you're honest. I'll give you that. But admitting it doesn't change the fact that you're not in control here. This place doesn't just change you. It takes what you are and leaves something else behind. You're here for a reason. But it's not the reason you think. Everything changes in the end. This place ensures that. Shadows aren't just cast by light. Sometimes they follow you, no matter where you go. What's your first reaction when you feel something watching you? I observe quietly and try to understand what it is. Careful, but curiosity is a dangerous game. Watching back doesn't mean you're safe. Being watched changes you. It forces you to act, to move, to respond. The real question is, are you acting for yourself or for whatever's watching?
You think you're in control, but control is an illusion. This place is alive with everything that's already waiting to swallow you. Will you react when you realize this company wants to consume you? What? Can't breathe? No one leaves. No one leaves. You'll be consumed whether you know it or not. The only question is, how long until you realize it? Look at you. Frail, uncertain, and yet perfectly suited for this place. You've danced to the edge of truth, and now it's time to see the whole picture.
We are the architects of whispers, the engineers of shadows. Secrets are our currency, our product, our power. Each secret we crave fuels empires, destroys rivals, and shapes worlds.
And now you will become one of us. Congratulations, Woobers. You've been hired.
Guys, I got a job! Yay! I did it! I got a job! Okay. That game was really unsettling. I mean, I had a great time, voicing each one of the characters and just seeing where the story went and trying to figure out the right way to answer each person's questions, but gosh, that was heavy for some reason. Like there was something emotional that necessarily happened, and I don't think it really hit at a deeper meaning of things. But my chest is tight. I feel stressed. I was worried, but I enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. I really liked that. I loved the art style. I loved just the environment and ambiance it created. But that was awesome. That was a great game. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys have enjoyed it, please make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And go ahead and ring that bell so you can be notified of whenever I post next. But thank you guys so much for watching, and have fun and stay safe.